Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Becoming That Person, the podcast by Celestina, your host of cast, the place where we get real about life, self-improvement and everything in between. If you're seeing me here again, it means we're about to rant again about my life, which turned out to be topic for the podcast. How are you guys doing today? Today is a little bit fruitful, I can say. I woke up not really great. I didn't wake up early because I went to bed so late because I was doing something not on purpose. And I literally went to bed around like 3 a.m. this morning, and I woke up not long ago. But like I woke up pretty much like after 2 hours, somewhere around like 5, 6 thereabout. And then I took another nap, and then I woke up again because I have to wake up. I just have to, okay? But thank God I'm here. How about that? I'm here. That's what matters. Anyways, today we are going to be talking about a topic that a lot of us need to listen to, but sometimes or most times we often avoid it, which is setting boundaries. If I'm talking about this topic, it means I'm struggling with it or I'm literally a victim of it, okay? So setting boundaries, let's be honest, okay? Many of us struggle with saying no to certain things. We overcommit. This is me. We overcommit, like we please people so much, and that is so me. And I stretch myself so much to just not disappoint people or my loved one around me. And this is not a good thing. Like, it's not a good thing. That's the thing. Like, we don't have to do that. Like, because the truth is that you cannot live a perfect life. There's no perfect life. Like, disclaimer, there's no perfect life, but you cannot live a life that you want if you don't have boundaries, okay? Even if you don't know what you're protecting, you still have to have boundaries, okay? You still have to have boundaries. So if you're feeling drained, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you are feeling so resentful, you literally have to know that this is probably because you don't have boundaries. You're allowing a lot of people to access your energy, access your time, and access your emotions, leaving you always drained, overwhelmed, and so resentful, okay? So we're going to be talking about a lot of things. I don't know how much, but a lot of things that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about what boundaries are and what they are not. We're going to be talking about why we shouldn't be selfish when it comes to setting boundaries, because it's necessary. Also, we're going to be talking about how to set and enforce boundaries without guilt, and also how boundaries create freedom, not limitation for us, okay? So if you are clicking on this link, it's probably because you're also struggling like I'm struggling right now with boundary setting, okay? So the point is, we need to have boundaries to be able to live a peaceful life, okay? Boundaries is basically telling people how you want them to treat you. And you can set boundaries in your relationship, with your family, at your work, your friends, your loved ones, everywhere you can set boundaries. It doesn't really limit to a certain area of your life. Everywhere or every aspect of your life needs boundaries, and you need to set it, okay? So yeah, what are boundaries? Let's talk about that real quick. What are boundaries? We talk about boundaries. What are really boundaries, okay? Let's get real into that. What are boundaries? Oh, I have my chip notes here. Boundaries are rules and limits that you set to protect your time, your energy, and your emotional well-being. They define what is acceptable and what isn't in your relationship, work, and your daily life. Let's talk about this. A lot of people think boundaries means cutting people out. That is not the case. Boundaries is actually telling or teaching people how you want them to treat you. I used to say that you have to fight with your loved ones to know what they don't want and what they want. Because if you step on your loved one toe and the person reacts in a way that it makes them angry, you will know that next time you don't have to step on it. That's basically my way of telling people that if I'm fighting with someone, it literally tells me that what made us to fight, the person don't like it. So next time I wouldn't do it again, or I wouldn't think of doing it again. That's what I think it is. So boundaries is all about setting rules that makes people like respect you and also treat you how you want them to treat you, or give you the respect that you deserve or you valued in your life. So it's not about you saying that I need to set my boundaries. That means that anybody that is draining me, I need to cut you off. That is not boundary. You can actually really relate to the same person, but in the way that you enforces your boundaries that you set. Point of corrections, we all set boundaries, but we don't enforce them. There are different ways we can go with it, because the point is, you set the boundaries, but do you enforce them? You said, I'm not going to pick calls around 10 o'clock, but 10 o'clock you still pick calls. That means you have the boundaries, but you don't really enforce them. But if 10 o'clock comes, you let people know that, oh, I don't pick calls around 10 o'clock. No one is going to call you around 10 o'clock. Even if they're calling around 10 o'clock, they're probably just leaving you a message, and know that they don't expect a response from you because you don't answer calls around 10 o'clock. So they will probably need a response later the day, or like maybe at the time that is not between the time that you don't pick calls. But if you say, oh, I don't take calls at 10 o'clock, and they call you at 10 o'clock and you pick, where is your boundary? Where is the boundary that you set? So imagine that, for instance, you said, we all have these people in our lives that we called at any time and they answer. They're always there for us to rant, okay? I have friends that call me to rant. I have people that I call to rant, okay? So, for instance, I call someone, or I have a friend that calls me around 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. every day to rant, and I literally have to be there for my friend because I'm supportive, right? Of course, supportive friend, to support my friend. And then she or he literally runs the entire night for me, leaving me so drained that I can't even go to bed, and I wake up in the morning feeling drained. It's not helping. It's literally you like killing yourself to make her or him comfortable, which is not how it's supposed to be. Even though you care about the person, but there's something you need to put boundaries in there. So let's see how we can solve this. So for instance, if this is my friend and the person calls me at that time around 10 p.m., meanwhile I have to wake up around 8 a.m. to go to work, and I always wake up being drained because I wasn't able to get enough rest because of her ranting all over me that night. I literally have to tell the person that, dear friend, sister Akos, I value our friendship, okay, and I really care about you, but I'm sorry I will not be able to pick your calls around 10 p.m. You can call me before 10 p.m. and then I will be there to support you and help you and listen to you. But after 10 p.m., I will not be able to answer your calls. This is not telling the person that I don't want you to call me. It's basically telling the person that don't call me at this time, but if you call me at the other times, except the time that I'm saying or I'm talking about, I will be there to support you, or I will be there to answer your calls. I am not cutting the person off. I'm literally setting boundaries. And if the person understands, I think people really don't really understand boundaries. In the other opposite, the person who understands these boundaries will be so like respectful to whatever you said and called you at different times except 10 p.m. But if the person is also someone who doesn't understand what boundaries are, the person is going to be mad and also feel like you don't want to listen to her, or you're tired of listening to her or him. But that is not the case. You're literally just protecting your energy, your time, and your emotions. Okay. So, why do we struggle to set boundaries? This is a question that we all need to answer, because this is me. This is just me. I am in my academic era that, like, if they just want to set a meeting, like, are you available this time? Can you come on Zoom? I just go in. If you know what I'm talking about, please leave a comment, because I'm stressed academically and I need to set boundaries, and I'm sure I made that clear. And those that know me know very well that I made that very clear, and I'm free now. So like, yes. So why do we basically struggle to set boundaries? This is something that we all do, or we all have problems with it when it comes to boundary setting, because we feel like we are afraid to make our loved ones or others feel like they are disappointed. We don't want to seem like we are selfish or we are mean. So we say yes when we actually really want to say no. Because literally you feel like someone, let's say my friend is moving and she wants me to come and help her pack her things. But basically I have school from Monday to Friday and have work from Saturday to Sunday, but I still say that I will come and help you after work until Sunday. Meanwhile, that time will be the time that I'm going to use and basically just do what, relax, and then resume the week again. But I'm going to squeeze myself in and use that time and go and help that person, because I don't want the person to feel disappointed. Excuse me, you need that rest, okay? You basically let the person know that I can come around and help you for 30 minutes or 1 hour, and I can go and also take care of myself and regain or refill myself with energy for the next week. But you don't have to go there the entire day. This is basically just setting boundaries. It's not about you saying that I don't want to disappoint the person. And if you can't make it, you just say, no, I can't. I'm literally exhausted. But if I could, I'll be able to help. You don't have to say that, oh, the person will feel disappointed. What about you? What about you? Anyways, the other thing is that we struggle to set boundaries because we feel guilt. Especially, this is just me. When someone do something nice to me and then the person is asking me for a favor to do something, I feel, and I can't do it. Sometimes I feel some kind of guilt in me that like, I feel like, oh, this person has been nice to me and I'm not able to do this particular thing that the person is asking me for. But the point is, it's not like, listen, this is something we all need to think about. But I feel like, people don't do things to you or for you with the perception that you have to pay back. I don't know if everybody think that way, but I think that if you do something nice to me, I need to pay you back something nice. That's how it is. But it's basically not how it's supposed to be like. But this is where the guilt comes in. If you do something for me and you're asking me for a favor and I need to give it to you, and even if I have to squeeze myself to give it to you or to do that thing for you, I will do it, because I feel this kind of guilt that, oh, I will not feel good if I don't do it to you, or like, I need to do it for you because if you're able to do it. But the point is, you were able to do it at your comfort, but I am not going to be able to do it at my comfort, but I'm still going to do it because I feel like there's some guilt in me. And this feeling is kind of like it's basically you prioritizing your needs for others, and it's not always good. You need to like teach yourself how to put yourself first. But basically, some of us are being taught on how to put others' needs first, which is really bad. And the other thing is people pleasing habits. I think this is a very big topic that I know some of these key points comes across each other of my episodes, but it's really a fact. People pleasing is when like you've always been a helper and like you're always a fixer, or like setting boundary can feel like uncomfortable when you're a kind of person who please people. You're the person that have like solution to everything. So when people call you and you be like, can you do this for me? And you don't want to do it, but you feel like, oh, you're someone who is all known to be someone who is always there for someone, so you have to do it, that kind of thing. And the fear of conflict, you're afraid that if I don't know why I always clap my hands, but like, this is the point. You're afraid that if I don't do it for you, you'll be mad at me. Like I made the example at the first time that your friend calling you at the same time at 10 p.m., leaving you drained for the next day. If this person doesn't really understand boundaries, the person is going to have a conflict with you, which will make you people go your separate ways. That is you cutting each other out of your life, which is not how it's supposed to be. So because you feel like the person in the other side might take it as like a fight, then you feel like, no, I can't do it, or you have this struggle in setting your boundaries. So if you have agreed to this, like, you need to sacrifice your own well-being for the sake of keeping like your peace, because it's necessary. Okay, your peace comes first, and you have to protect it, protect your energy, and stop saying yes when you want to say no. Even the Bible says that let your yes be your yes and your no be no. You don't have to say yes when you actually mean no. You don't have to say no when you actually mean yes. Specific, which of them are you going for? Look at it. If someone is asking you for help, look at yourself. Oh, look at your schedule. Do you think I'll be able to fix this time inside to help the person? If that is possible, you do it. If it is not possible, you don't force yourself, because it's not by force. You can't. You need to protect your energy, you need to protect your time, and you need to protect your emotions before you'll be able to help others. Okay, so what are the benefits, what are the importance, what are the advantages of having boundaries in your life? Basically, Imagine all this. You will have so much peace. The peace that you always want to live. The comfort of your zone. The comfort of your zone. So let's talk about some of the benefits of having boundaries in your life, okay? You feel less stressed and overwhelmed. That is so true, because I am saying no to you or saying yes to everything, and you basically just free out more time for yourself, because every Saturday I have to go and help someone, and then you feel like it's taking your time, but you can't say no, and literally you have that energy to tell the person that, oh, I will not be able to come and help you every Saturday because I need that time to take a nap so that I can rest a little bit for the following week. Imagine the kind of freedom and the time you will have for yourself. It's a benefit, and it's not a bad thing. It's you just protecting yourself. So it's making you no longer feel like you are being pulled in million times and million directions, that this one is calling me, this one is calling me, and this one is calling me. I've been in that shoes, and I just said myself, like, I have time difference from my family, and most times when you call me at a time that the time difference is so much that when I'm sleeping is the time that they are awake, and when they call me at that time and it's not something important that I need to be told, or I need to be heard, or I have to know, I don't answer your call anymore, because it drained me for the past, I said 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I can't remember, but it's early this year, and I just made a mind that do not call me. Text me when I wake up and I see the text message and it's so emergency, I will call back. And I have so much peace. If I don't call and it's so important, they just do it. And I also told my mom. My mom will call me and I'll be sleeping, and they keep calling. And I have to teach her that. I have to basically teach her that when you call one time and I'm not answering, they are going to tell you to leave a voicemail, and that voicemail is basically telling you, tell the computer whatever you want to tell me. When I wake up and I listen to it and it's important, I will reach out to you. You don't have to call me 10 times until I answer, okay? And I've had so much peace lately. So whenever she calls and I'm not able to answer one time, she just leave a voicemail. I might not be able to understand, the automatic translate will not be able to give you the correct translation, but some of the translation really pops out really good that you can make sense out of it. So I just reach out at my own time and convenience, depending on how important that message was. So it's going to give you so much less stress, and you feel so much relieved when you have boundaries. You will gain more self-respect, okay? People are going to show you so much respect and value your time and yourself when you set boundaries. The more you enforce your boundaries, the more confident and the more powerful you feel, okay? Let's say that your friend asks you to, I don't know why I keep saying your friend, but I get that's just the best way to always explain this, okay? So I let my family also know that if you text me, if you know me very well, even my boyfriend always says is that I don't read text messages, but it's a bad habit. But the point is, I read them, but I scan through them. I don't really read them. If you send me a passage and it's not something that important, it might take me time to read it, because I have to just scan it. If it's not that important, I skip it and go my way. I'll not reply it. I'll just read it, and I don't give you a response that you were expecting, because how I perceive it is not what you want me, what you expect me to give you, right? So it's basically going to be different. But what I'm trying to say is that I have this kind of more respect to myself. You have so much respect to yourself that when you let people know that when you text me at this time, I'm not going to see it because of the time difference, but I will reply you at my own time. And I feel like people have grown, or the people I am with right now, or the people around me right now understand so much better now, or because I've grown up to this point, I feel like we understand so much better that if you email me and I don't reply your email, and in the next couple of weeks time and I reply your email, and you have time to also respond back, that is fine. That is the same thing going to text. If you text me right now today and I see your text message and I feel like I'm not ready to reply your text, I will not reply your text until I'm ready to reply your text. Then I reply your text. And you on the other side should have this understanding that you don't need to be mad because I reply your text late, because you know that I have my priorities, and my priority is not about waking up every day replying your text messages. So it's just basically just just give you so much respect, because people just respect that your time is also valuable to yourself. And anytime you have available to respond to me, I don't have problem with that. And life is so much better with that, okay? And your relationships improve so much better. I can't even say this more, because if it comes to academic and you have to basically set some schedule, have some schedules that you go about it, it's so much makes you so have a good relationship with the person than you just bumping up every day. Then like, oh, should we meet today? No, we should meet tomorrow. Or like, oh, let's meet today. But the person is not ready. What happened? You get what I mean? So it's basically gives you so much relationship you have with yourself. And moreover, if you tell your worker that, oh, I can't always be available for you, I can't always be covering the shift you want me to cover for you, and the person will know that you also have a personal life. You just don't have to be at work all the time 24/7, because like what exactly. So your relationship kind of improve. You have like a normal relationship. Sometimes you just have to be hurt, and being hurt is very hard. And when you are finally being hurt, your relationships improves. I don't know if this makes sense, but like sometimes you also have to speak up, okay? If you keep enduring it and meanwhile you don't need it, it's not going to help you either. It's going to help the other person. So sometimes you just have to tell the person, oh, what you're doing, I don't like it. And the person will basically say, oh, okay, my bad, I didn't know. Perfecto. Anyways, we have to stop feeling like, you will stop feeling resentful when like a lot of resentful comes from doing things we don't really want to do. Then you come back and you feel resentful because you've done things that you don't want to. I'm someone who doesn't go out, okay? So if you're making plans that I'm not included in the plans, and you make your own plans and you come and invite me, and I look at the alternative and it looks like it's not something I want to be there, I'm not going to be there. I'm sorry. But yeah. So how do we set and enforce boundaries? This is the important part. How do we actually set and enforce that our boundaries are being respected? First, we have to identify what's actually draining us. Sometimes you don't know that you need the boundaries until you feel very drained and overwhelmed. You don't need to get to that point to feel drained and overwhelmed. Okay? If you sleep at 10 o'clock, let everybody that is fond of. If you sleep at 10 o'clock, let everybody that is fond of calling you around 10 o'clock that knows that, guy, I don't answer calls at 10 o'clock. You don't need to wait till the person keep calling you at 10 o'clock. You now feel drained the next day for a couple of years, that you find it so hard to let the person know before you now start to say that I need to tell the person that, oh no, I don't need to answer your call at this time. You literally have to say it before. Okay, if someone disturbs your peace, you don't keep quiet until you feel drained and get fed up with the person before you say it. You tell the person that, oh, this is what I don't want. So the person don't have to do it before you now tell the person what you did, I don't like it. So me, basically, I just tell you, okay, there are certain things I don't like. I will just tell you that I don't like you insulting me. I will basically just let you know before you insult me, then I'll tell you that you don't have to insult me, especially someone I love. If you cross the boundaries to someone I love and speak down of someone I love, I'm going to tell you. Basically, it's common sense. So if that common sense is not clicking you and you cross that line, I will let you know, because I don't play with people that I love. Excuse me? Yeah. And communication, like, you have to communicate clearly and confidently what your boundaries are, okay? This is something we really need to do. You have to tell the person, make it clear. You don't want to be like, I kind of want to let you know that don't call me around this time. No, please do not call me at 10 o'clock because I'll be sleeping at 10 o'clock. Don't say, I kind of want you to let you know. You're not begging to set your boundaries. You're basically setting your boundaries clearly and make it so clear. Don't say that, don't call me 10 o'clock on Saturdays, when you literally want to mean that do not call me 10 o'clock every day, because 10 o'clock is sometime at the time that I will be sleeping. You don't have to say that, oh, the person called you on Saturday, and you let the person know that don't call me 10 o'clock. The person will know that, oh, do not call me 10 o'clock on Saturdays. The person will not know that you mean do not call me 10 o'clock every day, because that is the time I literally go to bed. But if you make it clear that do not call me 10 o'clock because that this is the time that I go to bed, the person will not call you 10 o'clock every day. But if you just make it known that don't call me 10 o'clock on Saturdays, then the person knows that aside Saturday, the other days, if I call you 10 o'clock, I will see you. But literally that wasn't what you meant. So communicate clearly and confidently what you mean or what you want. Okay, now stand on your grounds. Okay, whatever you say, let what you say be what you say and what you mean it. Okay, you don't have to say that don't call me 10 o'clock and then someone call you 10 o'clock, you be like, okay, this is exceptional, let me pick it. No, 10 o'clock is 10 o'clock. Do not answer that call. Let your 10 o'clock be your 10 o'clock. As I said again, let your yes be your yes and your no be your no. Okay? Let go of the guilt. Do not feel any guilt when you set boundaries. First of all, you have to put your own feelings first. Okay? Prioritize your own needs first. What do you need before you can be able to help or put others' needs second? Because if you let that happen, you'll be able to let the guilt go when you actually set boundaries, and you will not be able to be responsible for others or how others react to. Okay, all right, so I know I've ranted a lot and I don't know, I wanted to end this, but yeah, here we are. I just want us to know that protect your energy, then you can find your peace. So yeah, we've spoken a whole lot, and I hope this is kind of something that we will follow to be able to set boundaries and have peaceful relationship with our work, our loved ones, our family, and our daily lives. Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in. If this episode is so helpful to you, please share it to someone who needs to hear this. Okay, and if you are also someone who is like me, don't avoid this episode, listen to it because you need it. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Spotify, and listen to on Spotify on weekends or when you're at work and you're on your daily break, or maybe you're just doing your own thing. You can just listen to it and let's see what happens. Then I'll see you in the next time. Bye.